Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is a little bonus reading. Us tarot readers, we tend to do love readings, career, money readings, but we never truly ask, how are you doing? So this reading is really a personal check-in to see what's going on with you, those deep thoughts, feelings that perhaps you don't share readily with everybody else, the journey that you're on right now, and really see how you're moving through this period, okay? Now, you'll notice I'm using only one deck because I'm loving the simplicity that it gives me for this particular style of reading. So let's see what comes up for you. It may not resonate for everybody, but let's see what the energy is telling us at this time. Now, the Page of Cups, although it can be connected to love, when it's a deep spiritual reading, it tends to mean that you're focusing on your path, your purpose, shall we say, your friendships, everything that you have to offer in life, the things that you're dreaming of, the challenges that you're facing at this time. And some of you, you will be receiving some really awesome news, actually. If you haven't received it already, it's not too far away. I want you to be aware of that. But ultimately, I feel like you're replenishing your cup in order to reignite that lust for life and revive your spirits, shall we say. We've got the Hermit energy here as well. We've also got that 9 of Cups, but it's in the resistance position. Some of you may feel that things that you've been wishing for have not been showing up for you. You may have been working really hard, giving it everything you've got. And with that 6 of Swords, I feel like you have been tested quite a bit in some of your circumstances, but you're not allowing it to derail you, or you're not allowing it to, make you give up on anything. As I say that, you've got the 7 of Wands, which means persistence, basically going the distance. You have that fire in your soul that you're going to try and tap into. But with the Hermit there, a lot of you are feeling exhausted deep down. And it's not like a surface kind of exhaustion. It's almost like a soul exhaustion right now. You may feel that life is like a lot at the moment as you adhere to all your responsibilities, all the tasks that you have to adhere to. But I definitely see that you are capable of going the distance. You're someone, it's really interesting because even though we've got the Hermit there, we've got the 6 of Swords, some of you, you're dreaming of a getaway or a respite. But at the same time, you've got the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, you're pushing on through. So it's almost like I'm getting this energy of no time to rest. It's time to manifest. It's like this driven energy where you are finding extra resources of energy in order to push on through, even though you are tired at a very deep level there. So I'm going to tap into all of the cards individually, but that's what I'm getting in this overarching energy. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're exhausted because you're moving. You could be having a big lifestyle change right now, and you're surrounded by boxes, or perhaps you're making some big changes and you're going through legalities or paperwork in some way. And it just feels a little bit overwhelming, but know that you are protected during this time and you're being directed on a course that really benefits you towards a goal or a dream, okay? Now, let's get to each card individually. We've got the Page of Cups. this is a card that's really interesting because it can be an energy of reflection because, the page tends to look in that cup in order to really focus on dreams, visions, and then suddenly a fish pops out of that cup, which means out of nowhere, something that you've been hoping for, because fishes, they tend to represent abundance. There's going to be something that really, makes you feel it's cause for celebration, especially since you've got a Four of Wands there. But on a more personal level, this is about you trying to be open-hearted, even though the world is a crazy place right now. It's really interesting because I'm actually seeing a word in the water. I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, and the word is just harlequin. Harlequin. Now, because it is just the word, I'm not seeing it associated with like a modern day version of Harley Quinn from the Hollywood movies. Harley Quinn can indicate, comedy, humor, trying to find the fun in the everyday. But it can also indicate, because the root of Harley Quinn, where it stems from, it can indicate, you've gone through some sort of personal sadness and you're trying to not let life kind of push you down. You're trying to remain lighthearted. You're trying to, tap into that resource of humor that you have, because you're a very exciting, fun, passionate person to be with. And I feel some of you are like not covering things up, but almost like trying to embrace that fiery element of yourself where you're not allowing things to dampen you or, put out that fire, that quench of thirst that you have for knowledge, for excitement, for adventure. It feels very much like you're trying to just push on through. So that could be the reason why the word Harlequin is coming up there. Harlequin can connect to humor, of course, sadness. It can connect to romance, entertainment as well. So it could be some of you are looking at entertainment these days and feeling that perhaps it's not vibing with you in some way. It could also indicate that you're seeking more comedies or more humor in your life because you feel that the world is a bit of a clown show right now, and you may feel that you have to submerge yourself in other experiences in order to, focus on what's best for you in terms of your personal development, but also, your psyche, your self-care. Because, of course, there's a lot going on in the world at the moment, a lot of conflict, and, I feel like you're trying to remain as positive as possible in your part of the world in order to change your world for the better for you and your family. Not in a selfish way. I feel like you're acutely aware of what's going on and you're someone who tries to make the world a better place. But I feel, this energy from the Harley Quinn energy. And as I said, it's not this like Hollywood kind of modern take that I'm getting in the terms of energy. So it doesn't feel destructive, let's put it that way. It feels more like you want to be a little bit more lighthearted, which really connects to the Page of Cups, actually, which is to be a little bit more playful. You're seeking a little bit more fun, spontaneity. Some of you, especially since we have the Nine of Cups in the Resistance position and the Six of Swords, there's a real energy of, thinking back on easier times. This could be when you were younger, for example. It doesn't matter how old you are coming to this reading. It could be that when you were younger, things just seemed a little bit more simple. Striking up friendships, relationships, love, jobs, opportunities, things like that. You may feel it was just easier, or there was a time where things seemed to be a little bit more simple. But recently I feel things have been a little bit turbulent or difficult, but you're still forging away. And I definitely see that passion, that tenacity, and the wisdom from all the knowledge that you've gathered with the experiences that you've had will actually take you to where you want to go, to reach your goal. Because remember, the Nine of Cups has shown up here for you, which means you will reach a goal. But the Page of Cups is like you want to be more adventurous. You want to see where adventures lead you and, where you can follow your heart to follow your bliss. And I feel this is really you tapping into your sense of purpose, opening your heart fully. It's almost like... Okay, for example, a couple of years ago, me and some friends, we really kind of like embraced everything that life had to offer, right? It was almost like a year of yes, where, if someone said we should do something, we're like, yes, we're going to do it. Of course, there were boundaries and everything like that, but it's almost like you're opening yourself up to all potentials and possibilities, and you're saying yes to all the exciting things. And the more you say yes to things, the more exciting things that come towards you for you to say yes to. But I feel, because you are, Aries, you are the wanderer of the zodiac, the curious, open-hearted, playful energy, the sprite kind of energy from the zodiac. I feel like you're trying to tap back into that sense of cheerfulness, into, really getting to know yourself on a deeper level, but really opening yourself up to fun. Some of you may actually have a lot of new starts planned in your life for the coming months. This could be moving to a new area, could be a new project that you're working on, or even like a personal development project. For some of you, you're developing your spiritual gifts because you are highly intuitive and very psychic. You may even get like an invitation from a friend to go with you to either a spiritual retreat or some sort of event that really helps you tap into another level of your psyche. Or some of you could even be like curious about opening yourself up to learning, studying, because pages are all about being the student of life, a voracious thirst for knowledge. And I feel you're absorbing your surroundings and you're trying to see the beauty and the curiosity of the everyday. Because as we get older, the hermit energy, we start to, become not jaded with the world. And I'm just talking about humans in general. Sometimes we go through periods where we lose our sparkle, and that's okay, because we're being given a pause during those moments in order to reflect, in order to either redirect if we feel like we've gone off course, or just to recharge our batteries in order to get back in the mix and get back on track. So I definitely see here that some of you, you're not giving up on your goals. I definitely see this tenacity, but I also see like a fluctuating energy where suddenly you're really enthusiastic, really motivated, and then another day perhaps not so much. And you're really reflecting on your purpose, your direction at this time. And I really want you to be aware as well that you're seeing beyond superficial kind of everyday circumstances. It's almost like you're going through a major period of enlightenment and, an inner period of truth, reflection. And, when we go through certain levels, they're not the easiest to go through. Let's put it that way. It's not like rainbows and aha moments. It's really sorting through the mud of life, to go through experiences that perhaps were really difficult, traumatic, or things that disappointed us when we were younger. And it's really about resolving those things within ourselves, or even reflecting on them so that they no longer hold power over us. Although they were really important, they shaped who we are, and they informed how we, make decisions moving forward. So for example, if you got hurt in love, it could be that you have protected your beautiful heart against new love because you felt there is a potential to be hurt again. Even though you want new love, you may feel that there really isn't a barrier there, but when you go to be intimate with another person or try to open up, you may feel like extra shy, or there's something in you that kind of like feels like there's just a barrier. And there's an energy here of you trying to overcome this and learn from it in order to release it so it no longer has power over your future happiness. But with the Hermit present in your reading, I'm really getting a sense of seriousness, that it's like you're fed up with some aspects of the world or aspects of your immediate circumstances, and you're just tired, okay? Now, tired on a different level though, on a soul level. You're still really busy. You're still really like charged to move forward. You're not giving up on your hopes and dreams and your goals or your projects, whatever they are. I definitely see that you're moving forward, but it's a lot. And the Seven of Wands can be a card of pressure. So I feel some of you are trying to manage stress levels at this time. I want you to be aware with that Six of Swords, if you have been tested or you've been going through a difficult time, you are moving out of this time with greater wisdom, a change in thinking in some way. I feel you're evolving, maturing. But also I feel that you're being directed towards better things. So I feel you've been in a period of transition. Some of you, it could be like a physical transition where you are relocating somewhere or thinking about where you truly belong, where you want to plant roots. You may have a calling to a certain country, a certain state, certain area, neighborhood. For some of you, it could be a job that you're deciding to leave and move on to pastures new in order to be truly successful and really utilize your skill set so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time and that you're on track towards your goals and dreams as you rise up the career ladder. For others of you, it could be a personal development that you've been going through a period of anxiety, and you've really been looking at quietening your mind and really trying to find moments of calm in order to reflect on your goals and dreams by seeing things in terms of smaller steps, let's put it that way, because pages can be smaller steps. So when we tend to look our goals or dreams or the bigger picture, shall we say, it can feel sometimes really overwhelming. Like if, for example, you want to, I don't know, I'm just going to pull it out of the hat. If you want to purchase your first home, right, it can seem really daunting. The market, it's really difficult. Prices of property is sky high. Job security in 2024, 2025, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. There's going to be some changes there. I see security here for you, so I want you to be aware that I see that you're in a secure position. But, you may have these anxieties or worries. Some of you may be looking at like, mortgages, repayment plans, and trying to find the best deal. And then you've got to find the property that you want, and the area that you want, and the price that you want, and it feels really overwhelming. Also, if you've never done it before, the legalities of finding the right realtor, the right, lawyer, to find all the legal paperwork, it just feels like a lot. But then you have to recognize that in life, no one knows what they're doing for the first time. Everyone, they find the information and then they just take a leap of faith. They kind of like get, all those facts, that knowledge that will help them get to where they want to go, and they break it down into steps. So it's like, okay, so what I have to do is, I have to save a certain amount of money in order to get a deposit, or, I have to, find the right property, go and check out places, find out from friends, who did they use. If you just break it down, it becomes much more manageable. And I'm just giving you an example with regards to like buying a home. But, for others, it could be that you're trying to do something really, difficult, like move abroad. Or for some of you, it could be that you're going through smaller steps of a personal development plan, and the bigger picture is really overwhelming, and you're wondering, well, how am I going to get there? But when you take smaller steps, it feels very much like you're still going to achieve your goal, but there is less anxiety, less pressure, and it just feels like, you're on point, and I feel like you're going to breeze through it. Now, also the Six of Swords. Six of Swords indicates a silver lining in your life in some way where you're being protected and redirected towards something better. So I really feel here that you have been in some sort of rite of passage where you may have felt tested, but I also feel like you're passing a test. There's wisdom here, and you're trying to create a period of calm. And for some of you with the Page of Cups, it's almost like, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, sometimes with experience, we can, especially if you've gone through a difficult experience, we can kind of expect troubles ahead, or we can expect the worst of a situation. But actually, with the Hermit there, and the Four of Wands, know that you are secure, and that as long as you try to find a moment to quieten your mind and quieten the inner critic, the anxiety, you'll actually see that you're on point and that there's nothing to worry about. And actually, there's something here to celebrate that is better than you were expecting in the first place. But ultimately, I feel right now, you're in a period where you can choose to believe that stepping into the unknown will bring you what you truly desire. Or you can allow fear to take over and not take any step at all. But you're an Aries, and you're passionate, you're bold, you're intense, you're a maverick, a trailblazer, and naturally you came to this lifetime with the ability to put one foot in front of the other and trust that the universe will support you in all your endeavors. And of course, the greatest minds of our time, they didn't just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I know how to create energy. I know how to create a light bulb, electricity, a phone, a car. They didn't wake up knowing how to do those things. It was trial and error. You know, they woke up with an idea and they thought, that would be really great. I should do that. Now, how do I do that? And then they took steps in order to make it happen. And along the way, there were doors that were closed in front of them. There were brick walls. And, you know, they didn't allow it to defeat them. They didn't give up. They took those brick walls and they rested against them in order to think about how to approach it in a different way. They decided that that locked door, it must remain locked for now, but let's search for the open door. And in time, the locked door will start to open. So I feel for some of you, you've been going through a period of trying to focus on your projects, your life's purpose, your mission, but it has been difficult. And, you know, there's no pentacles in this reading. So that doesn't mean that you're not focused on finances. Of course, you know, we all need money to live. And some of you may be feeling like there's no fast track of how to make your dreams become a reality. But with the Four of Wands, know that there is something to celebrate on its way for you. And you are in a really secure position. Even if you feel that you have been tested, you have so much to offer: life, love, you know, the people around you, and you really are a gift. And when you're embracing that realization, I feel it opens a world of possibility for you there as well. Now, of course, I have to mention that the Page of Cups, for some of you, it could indicate, you know, new love coming in after a period of searching for love for a while. And, you know, I don't really feel that you've been searching for love per se, my beautiful Aries. I feel like, you know, you've been busy doing life. So if you are single and you're looking for somebody or you're hoping to meet somebody, I feel you could meet someone traveling actually at this period in time. And I do feel like there is someone coming in, but there's something about this person at first. When you meet them, it feels very much like you really gel with this person, but there's like a pause. So it could be that you're going on vacation, or they are, or perhaps they were traveling, or you were when you meet, but there's just a momentary pause. With the Hermit energy, I feel that, you know, there is a single period after meeting this person. So I feel there may also be a little bit of an age gap, but don't let that worry you there. This reading's not really meant to be about love or career or any of those things, but I'm just like highlighting these areas because although we have these very deep inward thoughts, you know, things like money, career, love, they are extensions of the things that we try to achieve in life. And I feel with the Four of Wands here, if you are single, I do see you meeting someone where there is a potential for a high level commitment. Also, some of you, I feel there is the potential for someone that you used to be connected to try and reunite with you. They've been thinking about you a lot. They are older, more mature than they were when they dealt with you first. So I feel this person, you know, they've learned a lot of lessons, and there is a potential to heal this if you do want to be with this person. However, with the Hermit energy, I feel like you're not so sure. Okay, I feel with the Seven of Wands, I get the sense that you're not looking backwards, you're kind of looking forwards. Although I do see you feeling a little bit nostalgic about friendships from the past, not love from the past. I feel this energy of like, oh, I wonder what that person's up to that I used to go to college with, or that I went to school with, or that I went to nursery with, or that I just used to hang around the neighborhood with. So I'm really getting that energy. I see this energy of someone from your past is going to reach out to you though, okay? And I feel it actually puts an extra spring in your step reuniting with this person, whoever they are. They're very much a friend who is very loyal, but I get a sense here that they may know someone who is kind of like smitten with you, or there was a little bit of chemistry with both of you at one stage, but it never got explored. So there may be something there, but the majority energy, because I only feel about 4% energy with a friend who has a romantic interest in you coming over. I feel there's an energy more of you connecting to a friend from your past who tells you about someone who had a crush on you when you were younger, and there'll be a discussion about that. But I'm going to move on from that energy. We've got the Nine of Cups, but it is in the resistance position. So some of you, you know, I am getting an energy here, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say it, but there is part of you that wonders, do wishes and dreams really come true? Because you've been trying really hard to accomplish something. But the answer is yes. Okay, there is something, on the horizon for you. And I know the horizon seems always out of reach or really far away. But actually, I see with the Page of Cups and the Four of Wands, this news is showing up for you in the next 3 months. Okay, next 3 months, whatever this is. And it is something that you will celebrate. It is something that you have been wishing for. It may not be the big wish is what I'm being given, but it's definitely one of your wishes. The big wish comes a little bit later. So don't give up on that, because that is going to happen for you, is what I'm being given. But the Nine of Cups, in the resistance position, it can indicate some of you, you're trying to be really positive in life, you're holding it all together, but at the same time, you feel some area of your life is unfulfilled. Okay, and it can mean that you've been focusing a lot in one area, which is like if you're focusing on your purpose, your direction, or you're focusing on love, for example, it may mean that some other aspect of your life is taking a bit of a backseat. And I feel like you're trying to get a balanced kind of lifestyle together where all areas of your life are fulfilled. So that's hard, really hard to do. I'm also being given with the Nine of Cups this energy of some sort of setback, okay? And this could be, it doesn't have to be a health-related setback. I'm getting an energy of some sort of setback or change within, it could be hormonal change. Doesn't have to be, but because it's water, I'm getting this energy of fluctuating emotions, and some of you, I'm getting fluctuating hormones as well. So some of you could be trying to control that or tap into what has been making your hormones react in such a fluctuating way. I don't know how else to describe what I'm being given with the energy. You will bring that under control is what I'm seeing here. There's someone who's a little bit older than you who will give you some really great advice, and it may be just advice in passing. Okay, it may be just like a conversation. If, for example, you are deciding to put yourself out there in a hobby, or you're taking a class of study, or getting involved in the neighborhood or the community in some way, there's someone who has a really valuable piece of information to give you over the next coming months. Okay, and it's almost like you're meant to meet this person in order to help you with whatever it is that you have been dealing with or battling away on, okay? Now, of course, it doesn't have to be health related. I'm just being given that energy right now. So for all of you, that's not going to resonate. For example, if some of you are thinking about moving abroad, and you're like, well, I don't know how to start legally. I don't know what the repercussions are or anything like that. You are going to be in a group of people where there's a person who may start talking about, last year they decided to make a major move and purchase a property abroad. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need to talk to this person because they've got some information that can help. Whether it's health related, it could be a person went through something that you feel like you're going through right now, and they give you some tips, and it really helps you manage things. You get the gist. I feel you're about to meet someone who has a major impact on your life, okay? And this person, they are a little bit older than you, okay? So I don't know how you're going to meet this person. With the Four of Wands, for some of you, it may be connected to where you grew up. So if some of you are thinking about traveling home, or if you've never left the town that you're in, it could be someone in your town. But I also get an energy with the Four of Wands. If you're doing something creative, it could be, a night out with friends, for example, and you get talking to a friend of a friend, or, you're out just having a good time and good company, invited to an event, you get talking to someone who has a piece of information that you need. Okay, so it's kind of highlighting from the universe that we're all connected, and that at moments in our life, people are kind of like ushered in to help us on our way, including opportunities. So know that the universe hasn't left you out. There are some really great things on their way for you, and that includes people who can help you as well. And I feel that's going to really benefit you in the next coming months. Now, we do have the Seven of Wands here, Now, the Seven of Wands, there's an energy here. Of course, it's in the resistance position, but anything that's in the resistance position, it will turn into the upright. There's an energy here where some of you may have been struggling with weak boundaries. Okay, now this could be something that has been extended from childhood or from teenage years. Okay, for some of you, it could be that you always felt a little bit on the outside looking in. You're someone who's very personable. You're a great friend and people really love you and they love your energy. But there's something here that kind of feels like you were set apart when you were younger. It could be that you were bullied or you felt just that you didn't fit in. And I get a sense here that with this card, there's an energy of boundaries. It's like you're reestablishing your power, or one of the things that you've been learning in life is not to give your power away because you have so much of it, my beautiful Aries. You're actually a very passionate human with a lot of intense energy. You have psychic skills. You definitely have instincts, flashes of knowing, and you're really exciting to be with as well. And you're really bold and daring. Of course, we all have different aspects to ourselves. Depends where your moon is, and all of the different aspects as well. So, of course, you'll have a broader view of, your traits when you know all those aspects. But I get this general energy that you're not giving up on something. It's almost like if you were bullied, I feel, if they could see you now, how successful you are or how you're doing right now, because I feel that even though you may feel like you're not where you want to be right now, you are far closer to where you want to be than whoever bullied you or whoever made you feel that you were on the outside looking in. So I feel if there is some sort of reunion, because some of you, not all of you, but some of you may actually be invited to a reunion with people that you knew from a long time ago. Part of you may be like, oh gosh, I can't really do this. I just can't. But suddenly I get this energy of you're like, maybe I should just go. And actually you're going to, I'm just getting a sentence, lay some ghosts to rest. Now that may not resonate for everybody, but that's coming through there. So it could be a very cathartic experience for you. Okay. So of course you're going to do it if you want to do it. If not, then you're going to avoid it. But the Seven of Wands also indicates that you are in a position where people kind of envy you, and you may not feel like that right now. But as you can see there, this figure is, doing a bit of rock climbing and is, almost like battling away with all these wands from people who are below them. So, you're capable of going the distance. You're very passionate. You have a lot of motivation, drive. You live life on your own terms. You're someone who is super inspired. I know life gets in the way sometimes and we feel really exhausted and we feel a little bit pulled down in life. But remember, anyone who is trying to tear you down in life, it's because they envy your position and they desire to be where you are. Okay? And that Harlequin energy could also refer to someone who's been really mischievous or who has been, a bit of a trickster that you've experienced in your life, someone who is a very hurt person, but at the same time, they're projecting their energy and it's almost like they are sabotaging experiences in order to feel better about themselves. That person, very low vibe energy, but also very immature. And I feel this person, and not to let them off the hook at all, if you're experiencing anybody like this in your world, I do feel this person is a very wounded person, but that's not to let them off the hook, okay? We all make choices, and we can all really think about the choices that we make and the consequences that they will have further on down the line. So this person, they're mature enough to know what they're doing, but at the same time, I feel like they're caught in a loop of feeling really intimidated by your power. And this could be a boss. It doesn't have to be like someone who is super close to you. It could be a neighbor. It could be, an ex. It could be whoever it is that you feel has really tried to knock your confidence. I feel like your wisdom and your knowledge, you can see through their motivations to realize that actually it's because, you're doing better in life right now, even though you may not feel like that. Sometimes we all have different perspectives where we feel someone else is doing better than us, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Social media is great for that. Everybody looks like they're having the best old time. Nobody really puts up photos of themselves in their true moments of sadness. They'll actually, put up the best times, living the best life, all of those things, because, whilst they are in that moment, life can't be lived like that all of the time. We aspire to that, but we all know that life is full of waves, and it's about learning to ride the wave. And, you really are someone who is strong enough, bold enough to ride that wave and claim that prize of whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish right now, okay? Now, of course, the Seven of Wands can also indicate pressure. So some of you may have been a little bit stressed out recently, and this can indicate that you've got a lot on your plate. You tend to expect a lot of yourself. So you are actually pushed and pulled in many different directions, spinning all of those plates, making life work, doing all of the stuff, focusing on family responsibilities, tasks, paying bills, all of life. It's difficult. And I feel like you're doing a really good job, but sometimes you may feel it's just so hard. You're wondering if you are doing a good job. And the answer is absolutely, you really are, okay? To have the Hermit with the Six of Swords, this combination indicates you're passing tests, you're learning a lot, and spiritually you're evolving from it. But also the Seven of Wands, look, the figure is actually rock climbing, so you're ascending, but also you're doing something daring, something bold, and I feel, you are safe and supported during this time. So some of you, you may be trying to look at long-term opportunities to manage stress levels at this time, to really look at your schedule, make sure that you've got some me time going on and some quiet time for reflection. Whether this is like meditation classes, whether this is like, if you're down the gym, maybe you'll find like a mindfulness class or something at the gym, or perhaps some of you may be even trying to do a spiritual retreat in order to recenter and ground yourself in some way. Because I feel this energy of desiring truth, okay? Seeing beyond the superficial. And that's in everyday life. That's in your everyday circumstances, whether it's, a verbal exchange with a cashier, or whether it is, talking to your boss or your landlord or to a family member. You're living your truth and you're marching to the beat of your own drum. And with the Hermit energy, this does indicate that you are exhausted to some degree, but you're taking a temporary time out, or you're being nudged to take a temporary time out just to recharge your batteries, because I feel, there's a lot of success headed your way, and I feel like you are required to have enough energy to go to the next level, because I feel like you're on the precipice of taking things to the next level in your life, whatever that means for you. And with the Hermit energy, I feel like you're tapping into strategy. I feel like there's a period of enlightenment. And also with the Hermit energy, with the Four Wands, it's really interesting because sometimes, and this may not resonate with everybody, okay? Four Wands tells me that you are a very likable person, that, you have a lot of people who really spend time in your company and really enjoy it. Good company. They see you as a good friend. They see you as someone to be really fun and, just let loose with and be their true authentic self with. And, with the Hermit energy, some of you, sometimes in group settings, some of you may feel a little bit isolated, or you may feel that, you observe a lot of people, again, on the outside looking in. And that may be something that has happened from childhood that you could perhaps be healing at this time, or looking at this time, really observing it to process it, and then start to recognize that actually you're such a gift to people in terms of being a good friend, but also I feel, you are actually a linchpin when it comes to groups, friendship groups. I feel people really want you present at invitations, birthdays, weddings. I just get a sense here of more community-based energy. And some of you, if you've been feeling a little bit isolated or alone and you're currently searching for your soul tribe, know that you are about to come into a group setting where you meet your soul tribe. There's two major friends, new people coming into your life. These two people will be friends for life, is what I'm seeing here. And some of you may meet these people at a place of learning, So some of you could be learning an instrument or a language, or learning, maybe upskilling in some way, or learning about a hobby, something that you've been interested in quite some time. I feel it could also be a spiritual event, somewhere where people come together. I feel there's two people that you're about to meet. They will be friends for life, okay? Now, also we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a really wonderful card because it indicates a new creative phase for you. Some of you may be really trying to connect, as I said, to friendships and celebrating friendships. So I feel like you're deepening the alliances that you have in your life right now. And I feel with that Four of Wands, there's lots of conversations about how you mature together, where you see yourselves in the next couple of years. And I feel there's this oneness about you with your friends there as well. Also, I feel a lot of you may be using creativity to express yourself as a cathartic tool, and you may be drawn to do that, whether that's making music, art, screenplays, poetry, podcasts, automatic writing, whatever it is. I feel like you are in a period of expression, and I feel this is a great time for you to focus on this at this time, because I feel you have something to say, and for some of you, you may actually create a business out of it. I feel this is a highly creative time for you. But I really want you to be aware that, there is a fox there. I mean, some may say it's a wolf, but I see it as a fox there, and there's two little birds in the tree. So that indicates, these little birds nesting and feeling safe in their environment, even though they're cautious because they may feel there's untoward predators in their environment right now. So, for example, if I apply it to like real world circumstances, you may feel a little bit cautious about the direction the world is headed in right now. And you may feel a little bit tense, conflicted, maybe even a little bit anxious. But with this card, in case for you in particular, you're secure with you and your family. I feel like you're going to be very family oriented. You're actually a very family oriented type person, even though you're super independent, very passionate, intense, and a maverick. Home is where the heart is. And I feel some of you are desiring to find where you feel like home is. Planting roots. For some of you, it's going to be purchasing a new home, for example, especially with that Six of Swords and the Four of Wands. This is to relocate to a place where you feel secure. Could be in nature, could even be a different country. For some of you, the Four of Wands is a moment to celebrate some really great news that's coming in that gives you peace of mind. Also, this card is a remembrance card. It is a reunion card. So it can mean that some of you desire to get back to the old days where you feel a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more fun, when things felt a little bit easier. But things are taking a turn for you. A new chapter is opening up for you. And I'm actually hearing a song. Oh, I like this song. It feels really kind of intense. All fired up. I feel alive. Okay, that's all I've been given on that. Now, this is a very famous song. It may have come up in a reading about 2 years ago or so. I can't really remember, but I definitely have heard this song before. I want to say it's the Saturdays. Okay, all fired up. I feel alive. Okay, so I mean, those words, it could be that you're excited about something, or there is this news that's coming in and you will be excited about something. And, this is about this go-getting spirit, and whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you will reach your goal. I mean, that song could show up in the next coming weeks for you. You may hear it on the radio or as a card drives past. It could also just come up randomly on your music shuffle or in the mall. Sometimes these songs, they are signposts to let you know that something really exciting is coming in that you'll celebrate. I actually feel with this song, it's like tuning in and raising your vibrations with music. I feel there's something about music. I mean, obviously this is a song, but I feel the song actually mentions like music changing the vibrations of the soul. It's almost like I get this sense of like a DJ, and there's like a synchronicity or something. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're trying to be a DJ, or music is going to help you raise your vibrations and feel a lot more positive, even though you've been going through some difficult times. But with that Six of Swords, it tells me that you're coming out of those difficult times now, and that you are transitioning towards something better, something that you will celebrate. So Let me just see what else is coming out for you. I'm just going to get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What are they meant to be aware of? Ooh, okay, that's a lot. So we have, your first card there is explore the possibilities. And that's you being bold and daring, coming out of a comfort zone, basically looking outside your usual parameters, because life, we all have to have some level of structure in our lives in order to live. We create some sort of schedule for ourselves, and sometimes, it's exciting, and sometimes it gets a little bit repetitive. And when we get to that stage where we feel a little bit in a routine, we feel a little bit stuck, especially a fire energy. So you may be looking at different ways to enhance your life, enhance your experiences, new people, new places, new faces, and I feel like you're on the precipice of a major change. Also, we've got let go. I mean, really let go. There's something better on the horizon. I mean, I even mentioned the horizon earlier. It does feel like sometimes the horizon is so far away that we never reach it, but you will reach it. Four of Wands says you'll celebrate. But also, this card, with the Six of Swords, it tells me you're moving on from something that perhaps was challenging, something that was maybe even painful. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there, because things are going to move away from conflict. And I feel, peace of mind is ahead there. Swords, they tend to connect to the mind. So if you've been anxious about anything, even though you are a bold and daring Aries, you're not immune to a little bit of anxiety from time to time. We all get that vibration. And I feel like you're building in confidence and recognizing that, there's only a couple of things that we can really control. We can try to control our thoughts, okay? But we can't control change. Change is the one constant that happens in life. The seasons change, people change, circumstances change, we change, everything changes, and we can't stop those changes. So I feel like you're embracing that knowingness as you move forward in your life. We've also got learn when to say no, avoid clutter, slow down and quieten your mind. Oof. I mean, I got true chills right now, because with the Hermit energy there, as I said, there is a little nudge there towards meditation or quietening your mind and stepping back in order to see, the steps that you can take on the journey to accomplish your goal without being overwhelmed with the bigger picture. Okay. Of course, no is a whole sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. No is the answer. If something doesn't vibe with you, no, you're not involved in it. Avoiding clutter is really great. I mean, I like to say, and this is me personally, sometimes I operate really well in organized chaos, right? If you saw my room, it's like sometimes a bit of a mess, but that's when I actually do my best work. It's when I feel like I know where stuff is. After a major tidy, I'm like, oh, where did I put that thing? And everything feels like, oh. Sometimes for me, and this is me personally, as I said, it's, there is that level of disarray that helps me create whatever it is I need to create, or whatever it is I need to focus on. But if I have like a major project where I am required to focus really intensely with my mind, then I like things like super neat. So it's really about knowing who you are and how you operate under the circumstances that you have there. Realize you have all the qualities to be a leader, definitely, okay? You're taking charge of your life, you're leading the way, and you're living life the way you want to live it. Remember, when relationships, friendships, when they fall away, it means that they're not capable of going the distance that you are. They're not capable of the journey or the success that you're capable of. And we evolve away from certain people or situations because we outgrow them in order to move on to the next lesson. Every experience is a lesson. And I feel, you are owning your energy, empowering yourself. And for some of you, it could mean that you're actually stepping into leadership positions. For some of you, it's really about exerting your independence in a situation where people are trying to, push their expectations upon you. For example, this is just coming up briefly, and it's not going to resonate with everyone. But for some of you, it could be that, you're retired and you have children and, they really care about you. so much that they like over care about you to the point where you feel like you really want to exert your independence and be like, you know, I was a whole person before I had you, and actually I know what I'm doing. So some of you, it could be that that's coming through there as well. We've also got be careful who and what you surround yourself with. This is so important because we absorb everything that's around us. You know, there's that famous experiment with the two plants in an exhibition where identical plants were placed in a museum, and they were watered, fed, and given sunlight in exactly the same way. The only difference was they allowed some people to come in and say wonderful, nice things to one plant and then horrible expletives and nasty things to the other. And of course, the one that had all the nasty things said to it died within weeks, and the other one thrived. So it was really, an experiment to prove that what we give out, it's energy and it affects our surroundings, and it's a two-way street. So anything that anyone else is giving out to you, it will affect you. We absorb our surroundings. So you're an empath as well, especially with that Page of Cups. So very important what you watch, what you hear, what you read, what you tell yourself. That inner critic, sometimes it speaks the loudest. So I feel some of you are trying to address that as well. And also we have, with greater awareness, you will find the answers that you're looking for. Okay, so some major breakthroughs happening for you over the next coming months. I feel the next 3 months are actually going to be very exciting for some specific news. As I said, it's not like the big wish that you have, but it is one of your wishes that really kind of make you see that the universe is listening and that actually you can achieve whatever it is you're wishing for. And I feel there is a level of fulfillment that is headed your way, that you're going to be truly proud of yourself because you did this all by yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we just got one star. A star. Let your light shine. You're aligning yourself with a wish, but also this is a trinket of healing, of empowerment, of being seen, truly being seen and appreciated by those around you. And, you know, you were born to shine. You were born to stand out. So let it shine, my beautiful Aries. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is press a little bell, and that lets me know that you resonate with the reading, and it lets you know when I upload my next reading there as well. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.